please. Well, I think we have almost all of the Crafton Heights. Garuda family. So I just want to say I've never received so many requests for a proclamation, and as I read the proclamation, you'll understand why. I want to thank you all for your reaching out and making sure that we honor you. Whereas Andrew Joseph Garuda was born on December 3rd, 1950, and was raised in the Crafton Heights neighborhood of the city of Pittsburgh. And whereas Andy attended Shaker Elementary School and graduated from then Langley High School on June 10, 1968. He loved baseball and was a catcher on the Little League team for the Crafton Heights Baseball Association, managed by his stepfather, John Senn. While at Langley, he became an outstanding swimmer and on the varsity swim team, and was very popular among his graduating class. And whereas after high school graduation, Andy volunteered to join the Marine Corps, where his first tour duty began on January 22nd, 1969, as a machine gunner in Vietnam. And whereas Andy spent 51 days in Vietnam and saw a lot of combat, but never lived to tell about it. On March 14th, 1969, Andy died from a gunshot wound to the head, trying to drag a fellow Marine to safety. He was 19 years old. And whereas the night before his death, Andy and his unit were involved in a hand-to-hand combat with a unit from the North Vietnamese Army at Landing Zone Sierra. The North Vietnamese survivors ambushed Andy's unit the very next day. And whereas Lieutenant Michael McKeon, who was with Andy when he died, recommended him for a Bronze Star with Combat V the night before he went into combat. And whereas Andy is missed by his two older sisters, one younger stepsister, and one younger stepbrother, and most of Crafton Heights who knew him. And now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recall the selfless military service, battle courage, and personal sacrifice of Andrew Joseph Garuda, who answered the call of duty during the Vietnam War. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare March 14, 2019 to be Andrew Joseph Garuda Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
May I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, we're going to pass the mic around to say if you were going to give the mic first to Dan Berry, who initially contacted me, and some other folks. We'll let everyone introduce yourself, say who they are. His family doesn't really want to say anything, but they are here with us. So, you say,
Thank you, Teresa. On behalf of our group of guys here, we want to thank Teresa, the council, and the city of Pittsburgh for this honor. We got together, with Andy, his death coming upon us on Thursday this week, which we're going to hold a ceremony at St. Martin's Cemetery in Elliott. And one of our main objectives was 50 years ago, this guy gave his life for this country. And many of us came home, and as we all know the story, it wasn't well respected or an honorable war that we were in. But we were determined not to let that happen to Andy. And for that reason, we got together to honor him on his 50th anniversary. Thank you.
and can I just add that Dan Berry, who just spoke, also served in the military. And he also started the Elliott Athletic Association, Elliott West End Athletic Association, and still volunteers to this day. So he continues to give back decades later to his community.
I was Andy's fiance. We went together all through high school and were scheduled to be married on March 14th, 1970, a year from the day he died.
Canan, Charlene Canan, Kukuruda's son, name's nephew.
Dave Bell, originally from Grafton Heights, Chicken Hill area.
I'm Jane Block, a cousin. I was only 6 years old when he passed. I'm Miriam Tyler, and I'm the cousin of Andy.
I'm Doug Deek. I played baseball with Andy. And I just have one thing to say. There's a fellow named Steve Beshnick who was a Marine in Vietnam. He died the first week of December. Well, Steve is a person who really got this whole thing started because he started going up taking care of Andy's grave. It was really tarnished and didn't look very nice. Steve insisted on sanding the whole thing down, painting it in Marine colors, of course. And it's important that we note that Steve Beshnick, he was just a great guy, and he really started the ball rolling.
Thank you, Doug, for the knowledge.
This is Dan Kukuruda. He's a cousin of Andy's and his wife Jan Kukuruda. And I'm a daughter of Lisa McMonagle. And this is my fiance Chris Lee and my sister Lorelai Kukuruda.
I am Bruce Kukuruda, and I'm a cousin of Andy.
My name's John Weinheimer. I'm a Vietnam veteran Marine, and I'm here to honor my brother, Andy.
I'd like to thank everybody to come here from Vietnam Veterans Incorporated. I'd like to thank all the veterans. And remember, no matter what the war, never blame the warrior. He just did his job and does his job for his country. As long as we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, we'll all be brothers and sisters, and freedom shall always live. Thank you.
Incorporated. We are here to do an honor guard for Andrew on Thursday up at the cemetery in St. Martin's and Elliott. And I'd like to see a lot of these same faces up there then. Thank you.
My name is Gianna Bratte, and I'm a lifetime member of Vietnam Veterans Incorporated of Pittsburgh. And it is an honor to be here today and to remember the 58,318 names that are on the wall in Washington, D.C., and the 418 names that are on the Black Granite Memorial, which is in the Allegheny County Courtyard. Their sacrifice means nothing if it's not remembered.
And can I also mention you're going to dedicate that plaque to Jimmy Stabetic, correct?
Yes.
So Jimmy Stabetic, who started all the boxing programs and for the Golden Gloves boxing programs in the city. And he passed away 2 weeks ago. And we'll get a little more information after. I apologize.
My name's Ed White. Andy and I were buddies since we were in Cub Scouts together. I drove him and his girl out to the airport the day he left to go to Vietnam. And last time I saw him, but we all got cheated the day Andy got killed. He was a good man to everybody that he knew.
Bill Coleman, a good friend of Andy's. I think Andy would be really happy. He's probably up in heaven laughing at all the fuss. So I think rather than be sad, let's be happy. Miss you, Andy.
Tom Fife, Vietnam veteran from Elliott. I do Andy, and I think we got it backwards. Andy and Steve are inseparable, and they honored us. We're just here honoring them.
Ken Rizicki, Vietnam veteran. Never met Andrew, but I'm here to honor my brother, and I'll be there Thursday as part of the honor guard. Hope to see you all there.
Teresa, could I say one last thing?
Doug Deek, I couldn't stop you from talking when you
No,
cursed my husband.
last year on last year on Andy's anniversary of his death, there were 8 people that showed up. And I tried to get in touch with the Cucarudas this past year, and I'm the happiest guy in the world that these Cucarudas, with so many faces of importantly Canadian, that they all showed up today. You can't imagine how happy I am. Thank you.
And I just want to say, you might notice that there's a lot of people involved in the St. Patrick's Day Parade that are also involved in our veterans, and there's a lot of people up here that coach and volunteer throughout our city. So they gave their time and gave their service to our country, but they continue to give to our communities day after day. And so I just want to thank you all for all that you do for our city of Pittsburgh and for our country.